歡迎大家收聽華語電台 CCR 文化潮流菲律賓，聽到我把聲就知道又係菲律賓嘅時候啦，冇錯啦，我就係 Janet 啦。今個禮拜當然我又有好多非常之強勁嘅嘉賓啦，同我傾偈啦。呢位嘉賓呢，今日呢上到嚟係一位型男嚟嘅，佢係絕對風趣幽默，同埋係好好傾嘅。開頭 briefing 嘅時候都已經係傾到大家都唔記得咗，都未開始錄音就已經傾得好開心啦。咁所以呢，今日呢，我期待呢一個嘅今次嘅 interview 啦。咁佢個名字就叫做 Erwin Nupuente。Hi, good evening everyone. This is Jeanette and your favorite program is here, CCR Culture Trends of the Philippines. Today, I have a gentleman here. He is very talkative, very friendly. When we were doing the briefing, we were like, just keep talking. We almost forget we actually haven't started the recording. So let's welcome our guest, Erwin Nupuente. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, Erwin?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We have already started our program maybe half an hour ago.
That's right.
Yeah, we talked a lot. Yo, I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting one. First of all, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, my name is Erwin Nopuente. I'm a father of two, married to actually a Chinese beautiful lady named Tammy, and I work as an insurance agent for Home and Auto.
Erwin 咧，佢自我介紹啦，佢就話佢一個非常之好嘅爸爸。我叫佢介紹自己，佢就第一時間講就話我係兩個細路仔嘅爸爸嚟㗎啦，真係講嘢係一個即係 family man 啦。咁啊，佢太太咧其實係香港人嚟嘅，咁所以頭先同佢傾嘅時候咧都傾得好高興，因為大家開始喺度傾會唔會有啲乜嘢文化嘅即係分別啊等等等等。咁佢係一位嘅保險嘅從業員嚟嘅。Hey Erwin。For sure, a very good father. Your introduction is like, oh yeah, I'm the father of two. How old is your kid? How are your kids?
My daughter, my son, actually in October, they'll be 2 and 4. So they're both, were born in October. And 2 years apart from each other. So they're both a handful, but it's such a great joy to have both of them.
That's for sure. Are you going to bring them back to the Philippines?
Oh yeah,
to experience that?
I would love to, because I mean, they don't know much about our culture, but of course from just hanging out with our family. But I would love for them to see where I came from, where I was born. I think I ask myself now, would I do that? Would love that to experience when I was if my father showed me where he was born. Of course I would love to. And just for them to see the culture of the Philippines, the Filipinos as well, and where I'm from, so that at least they know that it wasn't easy. I mean, the life before wasn't easy as it is now, and I want them to have a better perspective about life in general, because I mean I came from a very, very poor background, and I'm so grateful to be where I'm at right now, because we've been blessed with a lot of things, and I was grateful to be here, and I would love them to know Philippines and half of their genes, I guess.
我問到Erwin 啦，有佢個細路仔咧，有兩個細路仔，一個2歲，一個4歲。咁我話你會唔會想帶佢哋翻菲律賓？佢話絕對想，好希望佢哋翻到菲律賓可以體驗當地嘅嗰種嘅文化啦，同埋嘅習俗啦。咁佢覺得知道自己嘅根源咧係非常之重要嘅，同埋佢好想佢細路仔明白咧，以前佢哋嘅生活並不容易嘅。咁佢自己嘅背景啦，都唔係話一個好富裕嘅環境出生。咁所以咧，佢就非常之想咧，佢嘅下一代會知道咧，佢哋嘅爸爸啦係菲律賓嘅一個國家係點樣嘅事啊，或者菲律賓人係點樣。How would you describe Filipino? Since you said, I still want my kids to experience the Philippines and the people and the culture. Like, how would you describe Filipino?
Okay, how to describe Filipinos? Actually, is a really good question, because there's as Filipinos, we're such a multicultural, I guess, people, because Japanese were there, Spanish were there, Americans were there. The whole entire Asia pretty much immigrated to the Philippines and actually kind of ventured to the Philippines. So we're all mix of Asian and North American, I would say. But Filipinos are really, we look at ourselves as island people. We're relaxed, hospitable. We love to welcome people. I mean, for sure, first thing that you hear from people when you ask them about, if they have Filipino friends and they say yes, they always talk about, they always, want to make sure that you're well fed, every time you come visit. Because we like to welcome our friends and new friends into our home like our family. We always welcome them like our family too, even though we don't know them that well, but that's how we are. We're so warm. We are, we're just hardworking, loving people that love to share our culture and our family to others.
咁我問到佢既然咁想帶佢個細路仔去體驗一下菲律賓同埋呢個菲律賓即係人啦，同埋菲律賓嘅生活啦。咁我首先問佢點樣去到形容菲律賓人呢？咁佢就話佢覺得菲律賓係一個非常之多元文化同埋多習俗嘅一種人啦。因為佢以前係俾日本有統治過，喺西班牙又俾西班牙統治過，亦都俾美國統治過。咁有咁多唔同嘅國家都影響過呢一個地方，咁佢所以絕對係即係集合咗好多唔同嘅文化於一身，而佢亦都覺得菲律賓係非常之relax 嘅一個地方嘅，咁所以咧佢哋有一種好悠然自得嘅一種嘅氣質嘅，咁同埋咧佢覺得每一個菲律賓嘅嘉賓都同我講啦，每一個菲律賓人都真係好好客嘅，我都絕對同意嘅。佢哋係對朋友就算真係初相識都好啦，佢真係會當你係會當你係屋企嘅一份子，佢哋對你係非常之熱情嘅。I agree about yes, you all welcome friends as part of your family. I feel that so much. And I love that too. And yes, I know how to see about the Filipino. And I learned that your wife is actually from Hong Kong. Actually, her family is from Hong Kong.
That's correct.
Yeah, she's born here. What's the is there a big difference that you observe? Culture-wise, or it can be anything. But the first thing that I want to know is the culture. Do you see any big difference between us and the Philippines?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tradition that Filipinos and Chinese have in differences. I mean, the Moon Festival, of course, is one thing. Chinese New Year is another thing. And you look at when you actually, of course, in when you eat. Filipinos like to put rice and the meat and vegetables all in one plate, but in Chinese you guys have a bowl of rice and then you all pick the meat and the vegetables all pretty much shared with each other. For us it's different. We don't do that. We just put everything in our plate and we just eat on a plate instead of having a bowl on a rice and put everything. So it's funny because I mean every time I talk to my wife about having my family over at a restaurant, they're like, oh, they might not really like the bowl. They might just ask for the rice. Because when you go to the restaurants, Chinese restaurants, you get a bowl of rice. So they might say, yeah, get a bowl of rice, but then give me a plate. Because they'll put that bowl of rice in a plate and then they put all the rest of the stuff in there. So I think that's one thing. And of course, the way you call your brother, your sister, your parents, your grandparents. So my in Filipino we call her uncle Tito, Tita. Tito for uncle, Tita for auntie, and then Gogo for older brother. For us it's Kuya, and then Ate for older sister. Right? So and of course in they're Cantonese, so they call my Sebastian, which is he's older than his sister, so she called him Gogo. And then of course Gonggong and Popo for the grandparents. But
yes,
for
you're getting it so right.
Exactly. For my parents, they have to call them Lola, Lolo. So Lola means grandmother, Lolo means grandfather. So it's almost like it's funny because I mean when you look at it, Tito, Tita, it's like Tito, Tita. Lola, same thing. Lolo is Lolo, and then it's just, they just changed the first letter in a way. But that's the difference between I guess the culture right there. So, but a lot of things I would say, if I look at it, there's not much, but just a little bit of traditional stuff. You know what I mean? Because even though she's Chinese and a Filipino, we're the same person. It's just traditional is different, but we look at each other as the same person. You know what I mean? So.
我問到Erwin，因為我知道佢太太係香港人嚟嘅，咁我問佢 即係結咗婚，會唔會覺得兩個嘅background 啊，兩個嘅文化會唔會好多唔同嘅地方呢？咁佢就話其實好多譬如 traditions 啊，又或者好多嘅節日啊，咁啊大家去慶祝有啲唔同啦。咁頭先佢提過有一個就係中秋啊 Moon Festival 中秋啦，同埋呢個農曆新年啦。咁大家嘅慶祝嘅個方式可能係唔同啦。同埋佢就提到食飯咁樣，我哋就大家都知啦，即係滿台都係餸，然後就自己每人一碗飯咁去夾餸食飯。咁原來菲律賓呢，佢哋不嬲食飯呢樣嘢呢，就係西化啲嘅，就係一碟，總之你有幾多飯菜肉全部擺晒一碟，就每一碟咁樣食嘅。咁即係呢一啲好其實好 minor 嘅，即係好少嘢嘅上面嘅分別。咁同埋點樣稱呼長輩啊或者後輩啊嘅分別啦，即係但係呢啲都係語言上面嘅分別咯。即係可能我哋係嗌公公婆婆嘅，咁佢哋係會有第二個稱呼嘅，又或者係哥哥妹妹又係一樣，全部都係即係呢啲稱呼上邊係語言上邊有些少嘅分別。Two things that I want to know. Actually, how you serve the meals. This is actually something that I have never covered in this show. So the Filipino way is more like Western. You have your own plate of food. But yeah, as Chinese,
something like that. Yeah,
we actually do like that. Yeah. Which way do you prefer now?
Well, it depends where I eat.
A very safe answer.
Yeah, because I mean, if I eat in a Chinese restaurant, I mean, it depends on who I'm with. Because I notice when I know I'm with Chinese people, then of course I know what to do. When I'm with Filipino or others as well, it depends on who I'm company with. I mean, if I'm with Canadians, we know what to do. We order our own kind of food. If I'm with my family, the Chinese side, my wife's side, it's pretty much we ordered what you call this now, a package or a menu in a way where
like a combo.
It's a combo exactly for everyone. So then you share with everybody else. If you're in a Filipino, of course, with us, we order still. Let's say for my family, we still order a bunch of food, but instead of bowl, it's plate. You know what I mean? And then we just pretty much share everything else, but we just use plate instead of the bowl. And then of course the portions are a lot bigger when you look at it because you have a big plate and you put your rice in there, you put your meat, you put your vegetables, and then you just mix it all. Yeah.
Yes, I actually like the idea is that there is like a lot of food on the tables, and then I have my own bowl because it's just my culture, so I actually like that idea a lot. So it's more like okay, I get like a lot of like choices.
Right. It's so true.
But actually usually when it's just a family dinner, it's usually only like three types of food.
Yeah.
One of them is vegetable.
Yes.
我問到Owen 咧，原來佢哋食嘢方面啦，即係菲律賓屋企慣咗係用碟嚟即係盛載啲嘢食啊。咁同埋每人自己食，即係每人各自自己就有自己嘅嘢食嘅。咁中式嘅嘢食嘅 style 就唔同嘅。咁佢中意即係 prefer 邊樣咧？咁佢話咁啊，睇下同邊個食啦。咁我講笑咁講，真係非常之好嘅答案啦，真係又唔會得罪任何人係咪？咁佢又話如果真係同屋企人食嘅，即係同翻自己屋企人食嘅，咁當然用翻即係菲律賓平時食開嘅方法，因為原來菲律賓就真係通常用碟去到 serve 嘢食嘅。咁所以咧，其實佢話 concept 差唔多嘅啫，你都係嗌到成碟成台都係嘢食，但係你唔用個碗，但係用個碟食嘢咁解。Okay, what about the festivals? Let's like for example the Chinese New Year. Like the Philippines, like you don't have the Chinese New Year.
Well, I mean, we have the regular New Year, right? So in the Philippines, the way we would celebrate New Year is actually with a lot of fireworks. Like the louder the better. In what they're saying before that, you have to have fireworks because you wanna scare the devil away. Right, that's the purpose of that, having a really loud fireworks. Of course, here in North America, you can't really have fireworks unless you go at a park, things like that. So it's just better to watch it on TV or actually go somewhere else. But because it's New Year's here, it's too cold. You'd rather stay home, right? But in the Philippines, it's like actually my wife had a first experience this in the Philippines. And it was really loud. I mean, the fireworks there, the firecrackers are really long and really loud, and it's scary at times. That's why every time right after New Year, I would say around 12 o'clock or not even before that, the ambulance are all over the city. because people, get their fingers cut off, and the fireworks can actually explode in their fingers. So it's dangerous because some of them have been drinking. But that's one thing. So we celebrate New Year's, and of course Christmas is one of the biggest festival in the Philippines, because we are influenced by Spanish, which is Catholicism, and of course Christianity. So the Christmas is really big. I mean, imagine this: September next month, you'll start seeing Christmas trees and Christmas decor already in the Philippines. Trust me, they start early.
I was actually surprised, like that early.
Yes, that early. I mean, they start early because Christmas is such a big celebration in the Philippines, and it gives so much joy to people, right? And of course, different provinces and different islands have their own celebration itself. They have what they call a tribe celebration, because each provinces or each small town have a tribe that originate from that place, so they would actually celebrate them as well. Like there's a clan where they have ati-ati and things like that, and there's a lot of things that happens in the Philippines that I'm some of them I don't even know, but I've seen photos. Facebook have helped me a lot to actually see the other celebrations that different provinces have, because now some of my friends that are in the Philippines still, they would show me celebration. I'm like, wow, I've never heard about that, but it is a celebration in that town or in that province, so which is amazing. So other than that, here of course in being in Toronto, we as Filipinos, we are proud of it as Filipinos. So we have a lot of festivals. Actually, the big one that's coming up right now, it's called Taste of Manila. It's coming up in August 22nd and 23rd, which is Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be at Bathurst and Wilson. So that one, it's almost like Taste of Danforth, but it's called Taste of Manila because it's it's a bunch of Filipino restaurants that will allow you to taste their food, things like that. So it would be really interesting to do that. And then there's a lot more festivals that's happening.
OK， 同大家反映一下先啦。問到有啲乜嘢嘅節日啊，或者一啲嘅慶祝活動咧，佢覺得好唔同嘅咧。咁佢就話其實好似譬如農曆新年咁啦。佢話其實喺菲律賓咧係有即係個新年嘅慶祝，即係好 regular 嘅新年啦。佢哋慶祝活動咧就其實同我哋中國有些少一樣嘅，但係只不過去到個日子嘅唔同啦，因為我哋農曆新年就每年都唔同噶嘛，但係佢哋慶祝咧就係 regular 嘅1月1號嘅新年，然後佢哋都會燒炮仗嘅喎。咁佢哋話佢燒炮仗嘅原因咧就係要嚇走啲魔鬼啊，咁所以咧佢就話每次新年咧喺呢個菲律賓咧就好嘈，同埋咧其實好多意外會發生嘅，咁啊可能有啲人整親手啊咁啦。咁佢話其實咧喺菲律賓度咧呢個新年一放炮仗咧，其實聽到好多呢個救護車咧喺度叫嘅。咁另外佢話 Christmas 又係啦，之前都 cover 過啦。Christmas 又係佢哋非常之大同埋重視嘅一個慶祝活動啦。What I wanted to know is like about the Chinese New Year. So you mentioned that like in the Philippines, the way that you celebrated the New Year is a fireworks. We actually did that too. When it was like don't know how many years ago, when we were still allowed to do that, which is not during my generation. But in the Chinese New Year, it's something new to you.
Yes.
Right? Like there are a lot of traditions and everything. Like how do you see this? Like did you enjoy this? And like the rack pocket, like to your kids?
Oh yeah, it's funny because the first time I actually had to do to well wishes to wish well to my in-laws. And then it was actually when I was just dating my wife, right? So she asked me, hey, you have to do it as well. I'm like, what is this about? Well, you have to, you have to wish them well. Like, you have to wish them good life, a good health, and all that stuff so that you can get red pockets. So that motivated me. Right? So I'm like, hey, who doesn't want money? Right? So when I started doing it, I'm like, okay. So, and this is what I noticed. In Chinese, the more they believe in giving, because they believe that if you give more, the more you'll receive. And I think it's very, very interesting, and I like it because it's good to show what really your heart is. Because imagine if you keep giving and then without expecting in return, but whatever is returned to you, it's almost like it brings so much joy because you don't expect it, right? But this tradition is actually really interesting because hey, money is great, but to actually instill that value to your family, like, hey guys, we're here to give, okay? When you are given, you have to give more. The more you give, the more you receive. So it's almost like reiterating that guys, let's try to give as much as we can, to others, so that and hope that we can get more back. And I think that's one thing I'm getting from that, and of course my kids love it. My son was born in October. And of course, his first Chinese New Year was February, which is he was only 4 months old, and he was able to do it. Of course, he didn't say much, but you make him say something. But it's really interesting because even though I'm Filipino and my wife is Chinese, I still want them to experience it. I want them to experience both sides of tradition. Even some traditions we don't count, but I want them to experience the Chinese side of things and also the Filipino side of things. I don't want them to miss anything because at the end of the day, I want them to be exposed to it, because who knows what would happen one day. It's up to them to decide if they want to continue it or not. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, for me, Chinese New Year is always something that we celebrate all the time. We don't miss it, even though something happens. We just try to always make sure that it happens every year.
And do you also ask your kids to do the same thing to you and your wife, so
Not
that they
yet.
can get the red pocket?
Not yet, but because they're still too young for it. But we trying to help them out, trying to train them in that sense. So hopefully this year would be the first one, and this coming year would be the first one to do, because at least he's 4 years old and she's 2 years old, so at least they kind of know what to do, because she follows what her older brother does, so it's easier that way. So hopefully this coming New Year, first Chinese New Year for them, would be something that they could actually start doing to teach them how to say things, and then to of course to get something in result.
Do you so during Chinese New Year, do you also give red pocket to your own family? Like,
No, I don't.
They are from okay, so nothing.
Nothing on the Filipino
Just don't
side.
let them know about this.
Exactly. Well,
You won't get the red pocket.
they know it, but of course, because they're Filipinos, it's not our tradition, so they don't get one. But of course, on the Chinese side, yes, I do give out and hand out those as well. Yeah. Even at work,
Even at work.
Yes, even at work, because before I was with I was in a company where there's majority are Chinese, so I was kind of just used to it, to give out some, because I think it's not about, sometimes it's not about tradition, it's about really the heart. Like, hey, it's about to give. Giving is better. It's almost a Christmas. You know what I mean? So.
同大家分享一下先，點解講得咁開心呢？就問佢，喂，其實即係頭先講咗你哋菲律賓原來係點樣慶祝新年啦。咁我哋農曆新年好多慶祝活動，同埋大家最重視嘅就係呢個利是啊嘛。咁佢就話佢開頭唔知咩嚟嘅，咁覺得好有趣，因為佢太太就同佢講係你講一啲祝福嘅説話，咁去到即係同佢嘅外父外母講啲祝福嘅説話，咁你就會有封利是㗎啦。咁佢就即係講笑咁講啦，哦 sure， 咁即係冇人即係個個都中意錢㗎啦。咁好啊，有利是收，有個動力去做呢樣嘢啦。咁而家佢自己有細路仔啦，咁問佢會唔會都叫啲細路仔咁樣即係咁樣去同你哋講啲祝福嘅説話，然後你俾利是俾佢咧？佢話仲未，因為佢仲細，不過遲啲就會㗎啦。佢都好希望佢哋會即係學習到中國嘅呢啲咁嘅傳統，佢仍然都係嗰句啦，即係佢好認同每一個人應該好重視自己嘅根源嘅。咁佢哋係中國人，亦都係菲律賓人，咁所以佢絕對係鼓勵佢細路仔咧去到認識多啲中國嘅文化嘅。咁佢就覺得呢一個嘅紅風包啦，即係利是啦。對佢嚟講個意義個 message 就係咧，其實中國人咧真係覺得施比受更有福，好中意，亦都係好樂於即係俾即係幫助人或者送嘢俾人，佢哋係好中意呢個 idea， 佢自己都中意呢個 idea， 其實同菲律賓人都好似嘅呢一方面。咁之後我就同佢講啦，咁你自己屋企人嗰邊咧，即係新年會唔會有派啲利是俾自己屋企？佢話咁就唔會啦，因為菲律賓冇呢個習俗嘅，所以佢就唔需要啦，就唔需要俾利是俾佢哋啦，冇利是嘅。不過佢就話其實對中國人啊，或者譬如甚至喺公司，佢都話如果即係大家都係中國人，佢都會俾利是俾佢嘅。咁今日真係非常之多謝 Erwin 咧上到嚟同我哋傾偈啦。咁我哋希望下一次咧再有機會咧同Erwin 再傾過偈。 So Erwin, thank you so much for coming today. And I hope that we can have another chance to do this kind of like chatting.
Sure, not a problem at all.
Thank you. 嗱，而家休息一陣先，咁我哋廣告翻嚟有第二個環節送俾大家嘅。大家好，歡迎翻嚟華語電台 CCR 文化潮流菲律賓，我 Janet 仍然喺度同大家介紹菲律賓嘅。咁今日上到嚟我哋嘅錄音室嘅呢一位嘉賓係一位前輩嚟嘅，非常之文質彬彬嘅一位前輩。咁佢上到嚟同我哋講咩呢？我哋訪問下佢先啦。佢個名字就叫做 Jerry Elizabeth。Good evening, everyone. It's Janet here. This week, who I have here? I have a gentleman here. His name is Jerry Elizabeth. He is here to talk about his association. Let's welcome Mr. Jerry Elizabeth.
Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Jerry Elizabeth, the president of the New Vision Cultural Association, and the commander of the Honor Guard of the Knights of Columbus, and the deputy Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus.
咁Jerry 咧，佢其實咧係一個 association 咧嘅 president 嚟嘅。佢個 association 嘅名就叫做 New Vision Culture Association。咁究竟呢一個嘅association 咧係關於啲乜嘢嘅咧？So Jerry, New Vision Cultural Association. What is this association about, and what do you do there?
Okay, the association is a non-profit organization which is composed of about 75 active members. And like every Saturday, we do our line dancing to enhance our physical and mental activity, and of course also to let the members enjoy their time during the weekends.
Oh, and you do that at your center?
We do it like every Saturday at a community center, which is the Rose Avenue Community Center, which is Acloy Public School. We do it there every Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m.
Every Saturday. 咁我問到Jerry 咧，其實佢呢一個叫做 New Vision Cultural Association 咧，呢一個嘅協會咧係做啲咩嘅咧？有啲乜嘢嘅目的或者咩活動嘅？原來佢呢個組織咧就係每個星期六咧，佢就會首先佢係一個非牟利組織嚟㗎。咁而家佢有75個成員㗎啦。佢話原來每個星期六咧，大家就會聚埋一齊咧，去做一啲活動，例如係咩咧？line dancing 啊。即係跳舞啦，同埋呢一個嘅有啲好 physical 嘅，即係好體能上邊，同埋一啲嘅好mental 上邊啦，即係精神上邊嘅一啲嘅活動，大家一齊去到做呢啲活動，咁啊 support 下大家咁嘅。咁佢最主要嘅目的係咩？佢話其實就係俾啲 member 咧好好咁 enjoy 咧呢一個星期六。咁喺邊度咧？原來佢就喺個 community centre 入邊咧進行呢一個嘅 activity 嘅。咁啊1點至每個星期六1點至5點咧就會喺呢一個嘅Rose Avenue 嘅 community centre 嗰度咧就有呢個嘅活動噶啦。So Jerry, this is for like everyone?
Oh yeah, this is a multicultural association. Like we have members from the community of all nationalities. Like we have one from Jamaica, we have one from Bulgaria. We have, but mostly Filipinos and Asians. We have also like Chinese who are there. But the most active members there are Filipinos and the Jamaicans. They love dancing. But we not only do the line dancing. Like we have activities during summer. Like we go to Niagara Falls. Like last month we went to Blue Mountain.
Oh.
We went to the summer festivals all over the place. Wherever there is like an activity going around, we always go there.
So it doesn't matter where you're from or how old you are.
Yes.
You are welcome to join this association.
Yes, we have actually members who are only 40, or our youngest is only 34, and our eldest is 93. 93 years old, and she still dance. She still dance.
咁我問到阿 Jerry 啦，係咪每一個人都參加得佢哋呢個嘅協會嘅咧？咁佢話冇錯，無論你咩年紀，同埋你係咩國籍都可以參加嘅。佢哋有唔同國家嘅 member 㗎。佢話有啲咧就喺牙買加尼啦，有啲喺保加利亞。咁最多嘅當然就係菲律賓人同埋即係中國人啦，即係應該亞洲人係啦。咁佢話係好多就係有菲律賓嘅 member 喺度。中國嘅 member 都會有嘅，咁佢都話啦，好多唔同嘅年紀嘅人都可以。佢最後生嗰個其實只有24歲，而最年紀最大一個就93歲。佢都話93歲都仲係跳緊舞㗎咁。呢一個活動咧，除咗頭先講嘅跳舞啊，或者大家即係去一啲互動嘅活動之外咧。佢原來咧仲有啲 summer time 啦，去一啲 day trip 咁添嘅喎，即係會去 Niagara 啊，會去呢個 Blue Mountain 啊，大家一齊咧去享受呢一個嘅星期六。Is there any fee to be a member?
Yes, we only charge $10 for the whole year, and $3 every time we meet for our like coffee and maybe a donut or pancit canton, that's Chinese noodles, yes. And like it's not only trips that we go to. We also do community work. Like on the 29th of August, we are going to perform or entertain the residents of a nursing home by doing line dancing and our native folk dances.
Ooh.
That is on August 29.
So you teach your members like to dance, and then you ask them to perform at the nursing home.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. 咁佢就話其實唔係話淨係得 day trip 啊，又或者淨係教跳舞啊咁嘅啫。其實佢哋都會鼓勵佢哋啲成員咧去一啲嘅 centre 度表演嘅，例如佢話8月29號啦，佢就會去一啲咧 nursing home 嗰度咧，就叫佢哋大家一齊表演一啲舞民族舞啊，同埋佢哋大家一齊 entertain centre 入邊嘅老人家，即係佢其實係唔係淨係教佢哋跳舞，教完佢哋跳舞之後咧，仍然亦都會俾機會咧佢哋去演出嘅。Jerry, I'm curious. So why did you have this idea to start this organization? You are the president. You are the president. This is a non-profit organization.
Yes.
Why did you want to start this?
Because it's when I was young, I started dancing, and it keeps me like healthy, strong, and like you forget anything about problems when you start dancing. Your mental and physical well-being is kept up because you focus more on the enjoyment that you are having.
I agree. 咁我問到阿 Jerry 咧，點解佢會有呢一個 idea 去到開始呢一個嘅協會咧？咁佢就話，因為佢後生嘅時候咧，好中意跳舞，佢覺得跳舞咧係除咗俾到你健康之外咧，令到你會忘記咗好多嘅煩惱啊，因為你 focus 咗喺呢一個嘅跳舞嘅一個樂趣。Okay, yes. So please go on. So you enjoyed dancing, and then what makes you start this organization?
I'm sorry.
What made you start this organization? So you enjoy dancing, but then but why did you want to start this organization to gather so many people together?
Well, it's part of like I think I'm born to like serving other people too. When I was only 24 years old, I was elected as the vice mayor of our town. So it's like more exposure to the people. I love serving the people. I love serving others.
Okay, and that's why.
And that's why I'm heading this organization and all other organizations.
咁我問到Jerry 啦，點解即係你好中意 dancing 咁，但係咁你好中意 dancing， 點解就會好想去到做呢一個嘅非牟利嘅呢個組織？佢話：可能我天生都中意即係去 serve 其他人啊，咁所以咧佢就好想橫掂自己都中意跳舞嘅，咁就不如開呢一個嘅 organisation， 又可以服務到其他嘅朋友，咁又可以將自己中意跳舞嘅呢個信息宣揚出去。Jerry, since when did you start dancing?
Actually, it's 1996 up to now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you the one who teach them dancing?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So 75 people. How when you teach them line dancing, you do it in one class, or like you actually have more than one class? Like so other people.
It's just one class. It's not actually 75 people always. Sometimes you have only 30. About the list is about 20, but 30, 40 you have that. And that makes us like being a group. You enjoy more dancing with people around you dancing, enjoying the music, and chatting. Like if we are tired and we chat.
That's good. And you only charge like $10 for the whole year.
$10 for the whole year plus $3 for the we call it merienda, like in between.
Well, it's just for the food.
Yeah, for the coffee and maybe pancit or donut. Yeah.
Other helpers like your organization, you are the one who teach them dancing, but then is there any other helpers?
Oh yeah, we have like a teacher. The secretary is the one in charge of teaching the group. So I am the assistant. So whenever she is not there, I take over as the dance instructor.
Oh, okay. So she is a she, right?
Yes,
yeah. She actually teach. She actually is the teacher. You are like an assistant, but then you are still so good at dancing, so you can basically teach them anyways.
Yeah.
So when she's away, you do the teacher role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are like in front. We lead them. Her and myself. So everybody back follows.
And the purpose, you want to encourage like so many different people to love dancing, and like is that your main purpose, to love dancing, or you actually want to encourage them to know more each other?
Well, we not only do line dancing, like we also have ballroom dancing.
Oh, okay. Any type of dancing.
Yeah.
咁我就問到Jerry 其實係咪就係佢教佢哋跳舞嘅呢？因為Jerry 咧，佢話佢由1996年咧已經開始跳舞，而佢好中意跳舞。咁佢就話其實佢都係其中一個教佢哋跳舞嘅一位導師。咁但係你係咪應該用導師咧？因為其實咧佢就咁嘅，佢嗰個協會咧係有個先生嘅。咁個先生喺度嘅時候咧，其實佢就好似一個 assistant 咁，佢就會喺側邊，咁佢亦都會 lead 住啲成員啦。但係個先生咧就係主要教導嗰個啦。但係如果先生咧係 away 咧，咁佢就會做先生個角色啦。咁佢都話啦，因為佢自己好中意跳舞，咁所以佢做呢個角色係非常之高興嘅。咁咪都唔係淨係得 line dancing 嘅，即係 ballroom dancing 嗰啲都會有嘅。咁佢就話因為其實頭先都講過啦，因為呢一個嘅 association 咧收費好平嘅，10蚊一年咁最多俾你收到你3蚊，就係俾啲嘢食啊咁樣或者咖啡啊俾你。咁即係一個比較低消費嘅，但係佢真係好想將佢跳舞呢個信息咧，即係宣揚俾大家，咁希望大家咧會一齊嚟 have a good time 啦，同埋咧亦都係可以即係跳舞都係運動嚟噶嘛，可以教到你咧跳舞咧，亦都可以咧幫到咧做運動。And yes, Jerry, you are also like other than this association, you are also running another association.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us more about the other association? Is it the St. Philip's?
Well, okay. Like being the deputy grand knight, I am the second highest position in our council. The knights are like a Catholic movement to serve the Catholic Church as knights, and we have the first, second, third, and fourth degree. I am in the fourth degree, and in the fourth degree, all members of the Knights of Columbus and the fourth degree can be an honor guard if you have all the regalia, like the chapeau, the robe, the sword. You can join the honor guard. And in the honor guard, there is always the commander, and I am the commander of the honor guards of our assembly.
Okay, because this is the first time that I heard about this association. I want to know more about that. Since you said this is a Catholic movement, yes, and this is like you serve the Catholic as a knight. What is the background? Like, where is it? Where did you have this idea that you will serve this? Is it like something a tradition back in the Philippines, or
no? This is like a universal movement which was founded by Father Mark Gibney. I think in the 18th century or 17th century. So it's carried on up to now, like all over the world there are knights.
Okay, let me translate to the audience first. 咁我知道阿 Jerry 咧，除咗係呢一個嘅 New Vision Cultural Association 之外咧，佢亦都係參與另外一啲嘅 association 嘅。咁其中一個咧就叫做Deputy Grand Knight of St. Alphonsus。咁佢其實做嘅角色係咩咧？佢就大約咁解釋俾我聽，因為呢個其實係一個神聖好神聖嘅一個 role 嚟嘅。佢哋因為佢哋係天主教噶嘛，咁佢哋咧呢一個咧就係用一個特別嘅儀式去到 enjoy 呢一個，應該去到侍奉佢哋嘅主嘅一個 moment 嚟嘅。咁佢哋就係用一個好似武士咁嘅身份去到 serve 佢哋嘅天父，佢哋嘅主。咁所以我就用一個武士嘅身份去做呢一個儀式，咁其實係點會有呢個 idea？ 有咩 background 呢？佢話原來係好多個世紀以前呢，一個嘅神父呢 Father McGiffley 呢就已經有呢一個嘅傳統噶啦，咁佢哋一路咁樣承傳落嚟嘅。Jerry, so when you serve at the night, is there any special costumes?
Yeah.
Can you describe more?
Yeah.
How's the dressing? How's the clothes?
Okay, like you have the chapu, which like those one which has feathers or like on the hat there's like what I call that feathers. And then you have the robe, and then you are in tuxedo with the white.
So you have a robe, but then
robe over the tuxedo.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. It has to be a tux.
Yeah, and then you have a white shirt, and then you have the sword.
The sword.
The sword, yeah.
A real one.
Yeah, and then you have the baldric which hold the sword. Yeah, so.
Is that sword? Is that
like you are all in uniform?
But what do you do? Like you stand there during the ceremony. It's a ceremony, right? It's like a type of ceremony.
Yeah, we normally have these honor guards like during mass or processions.
I see.
Yeah, that's where you can see us.
And you wear like a robe over tux with a sword, with a head with a feather.
Yes.
You stand there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is the sword heavy?
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Of course.
But of course, it is a symbol that you are a knight. You are a commander. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know.
Yeah, like the commander has like a purple robe.
Oh, so you can tell the difference.
The others are like in red. The red robe are very good to look at, especially if you're like in two rows and all are red, and you are like the commander is in purple. So we'll say it's really nice.
Oh, yeah. Picture-wise, it's very like nice, and also very like the feeling is actually very strong, very powerful.
If just look at yourself, like if you watch the movie Mark of Zorro. It's just like that.
咁我就問到 Jerry 啦，嗱，因為頭先佢解釋過俾我聽啦，佢哋好似用一個武士嘅身份啊，去到侍奉佢哋嘅主，去到連啲衫啊都係一個武士嘅服飾嚟嘅，咁啊叫佢講多啲俾我聽啦。譬如着咩衫嘅咧？佢話其實呢啲好大型嘅一啲嘅活動，譬如好似彌撒咁樣啦，咁佢會着。佢哋全部都有一套嘅服飾嘅，一套嘅 uniform 嘅。咁佢係一個 commander 嚟嘅，佢真係高級人士嚟噶嘛。咁佢話佢會點着呢？原來佢哋係首先一定要着 tux 嘅。咁tux 上邊呢就一定有個斗篷啦。咁總之你首先出邊有個斗篷，入邊都係一個好靚嘅 tux。然後個頂帽呢就係有晒啲毛啊嗰種嘅帽啦。最緊要就係有把刀，當然佢話會有個wick 去即係去幫你俾到佢哋可以孭住嗰把刀，但係有把刀係真刀嚟嘅。咁呢套就係佢哋嘅服飾啦。咁到嗰個儀式進行嘅時候呢，佢哋就會一排人呢就企喺度， 就去到侍奉佢哋嘅主。咁佢哋一排企喺度呢，佢話唔同嘅 level 呢就唔同嘅顏色。咁譬如有紅色有紫色，咁一排咁排晒喺度呢，好壯觀嘅。咁啊一個又學到啲嘢啦，即係佢哋嘅一個非常之神聖，亦都係好莊嚴嘅一個 moment， 而佢哋呢就會着到好似武士咁去到做呢一件事。Thank you so much, Jerry, for coming today and to not just to introduce your organization, also taught us like about how you have this special way to serve your God. Like this is actually very, very special. Dressed like a knight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for telling us, and thank you so much for coming.
Okay, thank you.
咁我哋而家咧時間差唔多啦，我哋休息一陣先，廣告翻嚟有第二個專訪送俾大家嘅，唔好行開啊！歡迎翻返嚟文化潮流菲律賓，我Janet當然仲喺度陪住大家啦。嗱，上個禮拜呢，阿 Rose 唔知你哋記唔記得啦？佢係一位律師，佢上嚟同我哋傾過佢做律師嘅一啲嘅 background 啦，同埋喺加拿大點樣執業啦，喺菲律賓做律師喺加拿大又點樣適應呢？等等。咁上個禮拜呢，因為時間關係，咁所以呢，我要將佢 Part 2嘅訪問呢擺喺今集度送俾大家。咁我哋繼續有請 Rosemary Solis。Good evening. Thank you for listening to my show. This is the cultural trends of the Philippines. Last week, I had an interview with a lawyer, Ms. Rosemary Solis. She is a lawyer in Canada, and she was a lawyer in the Philippines. We were talking happily, and we were actually doing a comparison between Canada and the Philippines. So let's continue where we left off, Rose. We were talking about the differences between the two countries. You have mentioned a very good point, the multicultural, and then I'm with you about as long as you are hardworking here. Yes, you're right. You can actually afford. You can actually afford a pretty good living here. In the Philippines, it's like, can you describe more like about the Philippines when you said maybe it's not that easy to find a job in the Philippines?
Yeah, actually, I haven't been to the Philippines for after 2005. I visited the Philippines again last May of this year, but it was only like a short period of time, like about 10 days. So I could still see how hard the people lived, because also in the Philippines the cost of living, I think, has already like kind of rise, and like before. I was when you go shopping there. Of course, if you compare it with the Canadian dollars, it's still a good price. It's still a good price. But I was just wondering, if people here in the Philippines are only earning like 20,000 pesos. That's pesos, right? So $1 is equivalent to more or less 35 pesos. So if a person there only earns 20,000 pesos a month, and when you buy just a pair of jeans there already cost you 1,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's basically like the average earning.
Earner. Yeah. Not even. I think 20,000 is already like
a good one.
A good one.
Rose 佢就話佢覺得喺菲律賓，因為我就問到佢喺菲律賓係咪真係好難去揾工啊，或者好難生活。佢就話喺菲律賓呢，因為嗰個人工呢唔高啊。當然當喺菲律賓嘅時候呢，嗰個生活嘅水平呢其實唔算好高，但當地人嗰個人工唔係好高。佢話可能講緊揾緊2萬蚊嘅 peso 呢。而呢2萬蚊嘅 peso 同喺當地人嚟講已經係算係好多噶啦，因為佢話當你揾2萬蚊嘅 peso， 可能你買條褲都要成1000蚊嘅。咁佢話2萬蚊仲要係已經好好嘅一個收入嚟噶啦。咁佢就話喺菲律賓嗰度揾有一份工作已經唔容易，即使佢就話當中隔咗咁多年啦。佢話由佢移民過到嚟加拿大，到佢啱啱嗰個5月佢翻過去菲律賓度，佢都仍然見到呢個難處，即係喺菲律賓嗰個就業嘅機會呢，其實冇乜好轉嘅跡象出現。咁所以佢話其實菲律賓嘅生活真係唔係話同比起加拿大嚟講機會真係冇咁多咯。You mentioned that you have went back to the Philippines just in May.
Last May, yeah.
What are the big changes that you have observed?
Yeah, I did not really like go around the country. I was just in Iloilo because I'm an Ilonggo. I'm from Iloilo, so I saw the big difference in Iloilo City. The development. There is an area there in the city which was the former site of the Iloilo Airport in Mandurriao, Iloilo, and it's being developed as what you call as the Iloilo Business Center or the Iloilo Business Park, and it's I think 72 hectares in area. And this big company, you call Mega World, is developing that area, and there are proposing what you call this malls, condominiums, residential condominiums, hotels, and I think it's already finished. Was just completed the construction of the Iloilo Convention Center. It's a big like convention center, and I believe this September of this year, the first it would host the first one of the convention or the summit of the APEC, the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. Yeah, it will be that they will use that Iloilo Convention Center as the venue. So that's really a big development in Iloilo City. 因為Rose 啱啱5月翻過去菲律賓，咁所以就想問一問佢，覺得
咁多年冇翻去啊，咁佢嗰個菲律賓嘅轉變啦，有啲咩好大嘅轉變呢？因為阿 Rose 喺 Iloilo 嚟嘅，咁佢話佢翻去呢都係喺 Iloilo 嗰度居住嘅啫。咁佢哋見到 Iloilo 呢嗰個城市呢改變好大，多咗好多嘅development。例如係咩呢？佢話佢將以前嘅機場呢就改變成為一個好大型嘅商業嘅樓宇。亦都多咗好多 mall 啦，亦都多咗好多嘅condo 啦，話酒店都多咗好多。而最主要就係呢，佢有一個好大型嘅一個嘅 convention centre。咁啊，呢一個咁大型嘅 centre 呢，就係俾人譬如俾啲國家啊開啲會議啊，或者有啲咩嘅演唱會啊等等等等。咁佢話9月呢應該就會有 APEC 嘅呢個高峰會議呢，就將會喺 Iloilo 呢一個嘅convention centre 嗰度舉行噶啦。So Iloilo, I knew that it was posed a very relaxed, laid-back city. So right now, after you describe like business center, malls, condo, hotels, and the convention center, is that is it changed? Do you still see that is a laid-back, relaxing city, or do you think it becomes like Manila? It's more busy. It's more business oriented, or tourists become a very popular tourism spot.
Yeah, even without the Iloilo Business Park or the Iloilo Business Center, there are already like lots of tourist spots in not necessarily in Iloilo City, but in the Iloilo province as a whole. But that Iloilo Business Park is right in the center of Iloilo City, and this is envisioned by Mega World as the next central business district in Iloilo City.
Oh, I see.
And so that would put Iloilo City back to the because before, next to Manila, I think Iloilo City was of course Manila, and then Cebu, and then Iloilo City, because Iloilo City now has also an international airport.
But what about the atmosphere?
The atmosphere?
From relaxed, laid back to now, is that still a very laid back city?
In Iloilo City, the atmosphere is already like kind of busy. But when you go to the towns or the rural the rural areas, it's like the living is still relaxed, and as compared, of course, to Manila.
OK， 我問到 Rose， 因為之前都訪問過幾位嘉賓，同埋因為我嘅好拍檔阿邦咧都係喺 Iloilo 嚟嘅，咁我當然對呢個地方咧特別問得多啲嘅資訊啦。知道呢個地方咧本身係一個非常之 relax、非常之節奏慢好多，一個好 laid back 嘅一個地方。咁啊 Rose 咧頭先講過話又有呢一個嘅 convention centre， 有好多 mall， 有好多 condo， 有好多酒店。咁會唔會將呢一個地方嗰個氣氛改變咗呢？即係會唔會話冇咁 relax 啊？又或者會唔會佢而家變咗個大城市，好似馬尼拉咁，非常之繁忙咁？Rose 佢就話其實真係多咗好多其實唔好話淨係 Iloilo City， 成個 Iloilo 呢一個省份呢，佢話都多咗好多旅遊嘅熱點嘅。而呢個地方可能以前係馬尼拉、Cebu， 咁之後而家基本上馬尼拉、Cebu 同埋呢一個嘅Iloilo 咧，基本上都可以齊名咁滯啦。大家都係一個好business oriented， 即係好着重呢一個嘅商業發展嘅一個地方。但係佢就話雖則係咁，而家真係繁忙咗好多。但係你去翻 Iloilo 一啲比較或者叫做鄉鎮啦，或者一啲小鎮嘅地方呢，你都仍然可以感受到嗰度嘅relax 同埋好慢嘅節奏，仍然喺度嘅氣氛，只不過你可能要去呢一個鄉鎮先至揾到嗰種感覺。你話去到呢個市中心啊，或者去到呢個嘅downtown啊呢啲地方呢，亦始終都係比較繁忙嘅，但係唔會話講到完全變咗一個唔 relax 嘅地方，都有嘅，不過你可能要揾一揾啦咁。So what about food? Iloilo, I know that they're like basically
famous for seafoods.
Yeah, well, I know that Philippines, it's like seafood is famous like in basically everywhere. But then Iloilo, since you just went back in May, did you find, oh, this is something that I miss the most, and I'm here, I have to eat it
this,
again?
yeah.
Something like that. Any suggestion?
Yeah, so we have the in Iloilo we have the famous bak choy. I think every Ilonggo, when they go back home, they would always like to eat that bak choy. It's a kind of actually it's I was looking at the roots of bak choy, and it says that it's actually came from the Chinese noodles. And bak choy, I don't know if means pieces of meat. Do you you're a Chinese, right? So do you think it's bak choy says they say that bak choy means pieces of meat?
Actually, you know what? when you told me bak choy,
yeah,
because we actually have a vegetable that's called bak choy.
Oh.
I originally thought it is a vegetable.
Oh yeah, the bok choy, no, that bok choy. So this bak choy, this is a famous Filipino noodle dish made up of egg noodles, and then the broth cooked slowly with beef, pork, and marrow mixed with shrimp paste or bagoong, and then topped with boiled eggs and crushed the pork chicharron, you know. And actually the famous bak choy is from La Paz. There's La Paz is one of the towns in Iloilo. And this bak choy, they said that bak choy was first made by the Chinese community who lived in La Paz, Iloilo. That is why the famous bak choy is often referred to as La Paz bak choy. And it is best served while it is steaming hot, you know.
So let me translate to the audience first before I ask you more questions. 問到，因為佢啱啱翻完去菲律賓嘛，啱啱翻完去 Iloilo 啦，咁啊喺氣氛方面可能有少少 busy 咗啦。嘢食應該唔會點轉啦啩，咁總有啲嘢食呢，佢哋好 miss 嘅，喺菲律賓度先食到嘅。咁佢例如係啲乜嘢呢？咁佢就講咗一個小呢個美食啦，個名字叫白菜。咁開頭以為白菜，唔係，佢話唔係白菜，係白菜。白菜呢其實係佢話係中國人整嘅，其實係一啲麵，係一個麵嚟嘅。佢話點整呢？其實係啲用蛋麵啦，就同呢個牛肉啊、豬肉啊整埋一齊之後呢，最緊要就係有個蝦嘅醬擺上去上邊。呢一味餸咧，呢個白菜咧，其實最出名就喺一個 La Paz 嘅地方度，而呢個地方喺呢一個 Iloilo 嘅一個小鎮嚟嘅。呢個小鎮咧，原來就係入邊有一個中國人咧，就先整咗呢一味餸出嚟，咁啊大家好中意，咁所以咧就開始 popular 啦。咁最好味咧，始終佢都係話喺 La Paz 嘅白菜咧係最出名，係最好味嘅。So this is actually a noodles.
Egg noodles.
Serve it hot. Do you also eat with chopstick or like spoon and fork?
We use the fork.
Okay.
You could use a chopstick. You could use a chopstick, but since Filipino, so we use a fork or with a spoon.
Filipino don't use chopsticks at all? No.
It's
Okay.
only Chinese food that we.
Yeah,
when you are in a Chinese restaurant, you are given chopsticks, but most Filipinos would also ask for fork and spoon.
If you ask me to eat noodles with the fork, it's actually a challenge for me. 我問到呢個中式麵嚟㗎嘛，咁點食啊？用佢哋菲律賓人係會用筷子定係用叉食嘅話，唔係我哋菲律賓人一定用叉嘅，只會係去到中國嘅餐廳呢，佢哋可能俾筷子俾佢哋，但係佢哋菲律賓人呢，永遠都會 ask for 呢個叉去用嘅。咁我同佢講笑咁講，如果你叫我用叉去食個麵呢，中式嘅麵呢，對我嚟講可能係一個挑戰嚟嘅。It's this is the most delicious thing that you miss the most.
Yes.
From the Iloilo.
There are also like Filipino restaurants here that would serve bak choy, which they would even call La Paz bak choy, but there's nothing could beat the original.
Do you remember about how much does it cost in the Philippines? In Iloilo.
The bak choy now? Oh, yeah, when I was there in 2001, 20 pesos, so it's not even $1, right? But now, It's more than I think 300 pesos. So it's just like $10.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
but that 300 pesos bak choy is already like bak choy that you could find in the malls. But if you go back to that La Paz, the La Paz is one of the towns in Iloilo where that original bak choy, the bak choy originated. I think it would cost less. Because it's inside the La Paz market itself, where the original bak choy came from.
咁啊問到阿 Rose 呢一樣呢個美食啦，呢個嘅白菜啦，喺 Iloilo 咧大概要幾多錢碗呢？佢話2001年嘅時候咧，大概就20個 peso 一碗。而家咧佢啱啱翻去咧，而家要成300蚊 peso。以前20個 peso 咧，即係都唔使1蚊加幣，而家大概要10蚊加幣到。佢話呢個咧當然10蚊加幣呢一個嘅白菜已經係喺啲 mall 度有噶啦。咁如果你去到去翻 La Paz 啲小鎮咧，咁會平啲嘅。但係如果聽佢咁講嘅話，如果菲律賓人佢嘅人工係唔夠2萬蚊嘅話，呢一個嘅嘢食嚟講咧，嗰個即係對當地人啊嗰個嘅生活水平咧，其實都真係唔算話平嘅喎。I was just thinking when you said the average, actually not even the average income, it's actually less than like $20,000.
20,000.
And the 300 peso that you can only get a noodle is actually quite expensive for them.
But this bak choy, it could already be a meal. Yeah, it could either be your lunch or your dinner because it's so filling. The egg noodles with beef, pork. You could also if you want chicken. Yeah.
Well, definitely
So
it is
$10,
filling.
yeah, 300
Yeah.
just for a meal.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, because when you said like they don't even make $20,000,
Yeah.
$20,000 is actually a lot
20,000
for
pesos.
peso. Like
So
for them,
10,000
it's actually a lot.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, wow, like 300 peso for a meal to them is actually
A luxury.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not too sure, but then well, okay, yeah, that's why I like to ask about like price
Yeah.
about the food. And any other thing or any other snack in the Iloilo?
Yeah, so also when you go home or anybody that visits Iloilo, you should they would always like take something. We call that pasalubong.
Pasalubong.
When you go back like here in Canada, you have to bring something.
Oh,
to
the
bring
souvenir.
like souvenir.
Uh-huh.
And so it's in our term, it's actually a Tagalog term, pasalubong.
Oh,
So it's there is this a store, or we call the Bizcocho House. It sells like different Ilonggo delicacies, and the famous is the bizcocho itself.
what is that?
Bizcocho is like a biscotti.
Oh, I
It's
love
like
that.
like a bread
Yeah.
that's kind of crispy, but that is famous in Iloilo. And even like people in Manila, just in Manila or other provinces, when they go to Iloilo, they would always take with them that bizcocho bread.
Is that also good with coffee?
Yeah, coffee, or you could have it as your snacks with coffee, with juice. Yeah,
I
It's,
love that too. Is it sweet?
sweet. Yeah, it's
Very?
not so, because it's made of like the toasted bread with butter and sugar. But I don't know how really they make it, because it's a really kind of
Special recipe.
Special, yeah.
I love biscotti, so that's why I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, I like biscotti too. That's why when I miss biscotto, I would buy biscotti.
You can't buy it here?
I think they have. I don't know. I haven't because there are some delicacies from that bizcocho house, like the butterscotch that I found here. But I did not find any bizcocho. Maybe because it would because the crispiness, I think, would be lost if it would.
That's
be,
true.
Yeah.
That's true. 咁啊，問到 Rose 仲有冇啲咩嘢食佢會好掛住咧？佢話有一樣嘢食叫做 bizcocho，
Bizcocho.
係菲律賓去到菲律賓咧， 會呢個 Iloilo 嘅地方咧，你一定要買個手信嚟嘅。佢話佢好似咩咧，就係好似 biscotti 啊，即係我哋譬如食飲咖啡咧，會有啲餅好脆嘅餅咧，咁啊點一點啲咖啡咁樣食咧，佢話好似呢一種 biscotti 嘅。佢話係啲好脆嘅麵包做成啦，混埋啲糖啊咁樣整，咁啊送咖啡係一流。佢話呢度咧就真係冇見過喎。佢自己本身都好中意嘅，因為咧佢自己又係中意飲咖啡啦。咁我自己又好中意飲咖啡，咁所以佢講到呢一個好似 biscotti 咁樣咧，我就非常之有興趣啦。咁我呢度冇得買啦，其實可能因為運到過嚟，咁已經冇咁脆啦。咁但係呢樣嘢食咧就係話去到菲律賓去到 Iloilo 咧，你一定會買嘅手信嚟嘅。So thank you so much for coming today, Rose.
Thank you. You're welcome. It is a great joy and privilege to be here with you.
Thank you.
In this program.
And we learned a lot, especially the food, which is always the hottest topic.
Yeah, the topic, yeah.
Thank you, and I hope that if you have another chance, you can come again.
You know, if we're actually planning to have a vacation this December, and we will be staying there until February. Wow. This is the first time that my children and my husband would be going home after 15 years. Mm-hmm. So and I will bring you that bizcocho pasalubong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. For sure, like after December, I will give you a call.
February. We will be coming back February.
Okay. Thanks again. Rose 咧非常之熱情嘅，佢話我哋12月咧會同啲細路仔一齊翻去，當佢哋會係第一次翻去呢個菲律賓度。到期時咧，佢就同我講話，到期時我就會買呢一個 bizcocho 俾你咧做手信嘅。咁我真係先多謝 Rose。咁而家我哋休息一陣先，廣告翻嚟咧，仲有第二個環節送俾大家㗎。Let's take a break and after that we have more for you.
Okay, thank you.
歡迎大家收聽華語電台 CCR 文化潮流菲律賓，我 Janet 當然就係帶大家認識菲律賓啦。上一集呢，我有一位非常之充滿活力嘅女孩子啦，佢就係阿 Mary Lou。咁大家記唔記得佢啊？佢係一位歌手、一位學生，仲係一位教師。咁呢，上次同佢傾得好開心，咁啊睇下佢年紀少少啦，點解可以有咁多表演嘅機會啦？亦都點解會唱歌會緊張唔緊張，又或者點樣可以開始佢教學嘅生涯啦？咁今日呢，我哋會同你繼續講多啲關於音樂，但係當然啦，節目係關於菲律賓，我點可以唔同佢睇一睇菲律賓一個年輕女仔喺度出世嘅菲律賓裔嘅女子，咁究竟對菲律賓有咩睇法呢？或者對菲律賓其他有啲乜嘢佢特別中意呢？咁應該我哋一會同佢一齊探討俾大家聽嘅。Thank you for listening to my show. This is the CCR Cultural Trends of the Philippines. Of course, I'm your favorite host, Janet. In the studio, I have Mary Lou. Mary Lou is a singer. She actually was featured in my last episode. We talked about basically a lot. She's only 24, but for some reason she has so many things to talk about her background, a singer, a teacher, a student. Yeah, her resume is way longer than mine, so I'm a little bit jealous, but you know what? Because for my audience, I will have to control my jealousy. I will have to talk more with you, Mary Lou. Mary Lou Malikdam. Hi. Welcome back. Yes, I'm jealous because because you're younger, way younger. But yeah, just kidding. You are so cheerful, so easy to talk to. I'm sure you will have a great future. Back to your favorite music. It's what you love for your whole life so far.
Yeah.
I know that you have a lot of performance. Well, actually, beside your first performance, at your mom's reunion, the official performance at stage or in the to the public, when was it? And what how did you get that opportunity?
I'm thinking now. Well, cause from there, I would sing in, I guess, within my community. So when I was 16, my mom made me join the Miss Manila pageant.
Wow.
And yeah, and then from there I met I met the president of the Filipino Association in Vaughan for the seniors, and he because he found out that I was also from Vaughan, he's like, "You're Miss Manila from Vaughan." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yay, self-appointed title." And then so I started singing during their events, like during Christmas and like fundraisers and stuff like that. And then I also around that time also my mom made me join my first singing competition.
Oh, okay. When was it?
Around the same time, like grade 10, I think I was 16. Yeah. So then it was called Sing for Your Heart, and it was a whole bunch of different Asians. So like there was Chinese and like I think there was a Japanese. There was mix. There was a lot of Filipinos.
So it's is it Asian singing competition?
Yes, all Asian.
Okay.
And you can sing in your own language or English.
Did you sing an English song or?
I did. I sang English and Tagalog as well.
Oh. You actually speak Tagalog.
Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. Okay, we'll talk about that after. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So then I think that was my first, the one that I can remember anyway. Yeah.
And same thing, you were still nervous?
Oh yeah, still nervous.
And competition, like singing competition versus Manila pageant, I will definitely ask you about that, but let me translate that to the audience first. 咁問到Mary Lou 佢幾時開始有一個正式嘅 official 嘅舞台上面嘅表演呢？咁原來佢16歲呢，佢媽咪就鼓勵佢參加咗呢一個嘅選美活動。咁佢當其時咧喺個選美活動咧就認識咗一個菲律賓嘅長者活動啦嘅一個嘅主席。咁個主席就喺 Vaughan 嘅，因為阿 Mary Lou 都喺 Vaughan 度居住嘅。咁於是乎嗰個主席就話：咦，原來你就係喺 Vaughan 度即係嚟嘅選美冠軍喎，咁不如你就喺即係用呢一個嘅銜頭啦。咁不如你就幫下我呢一個嘅長者嘅一啲嘅活動咧，就表演下啦。咁佢就開始喺聖誕節啊，就為佢哋唱歌啊，又或者有啲乜嘢嘅籌款活動啊，咁佢就喺呢個嘅長者活動呢個長者嘅 community 嗰度，咁就同佢哋唱歌，為佢哋表演啦。然之後咧，同年咧，佢話大約咧就又係咁上下一年份嘅，佢亦都咧參加咗一個歌唱嘅比賽。呢個歌唱比賽咧就係專訪亞洲嘅族裔嘅去參加，當中可以由中國人啊，話連日本人都會有。咁佢就當其時唱咗英文同埋菲律賓話嘅歌喎。咁我原來你識菲律賓話？係啊，我識㗎。咁又係另一個 topic， 我哋陣間會再講多啲㗎啦。咁啊，16歲就參加咁多嘅比賽啦。咁其實佢話佢都緊張嘅，咁但係又頭先咁講啦，即係之前都講過啦，你緊張係因為你在意，咁所以佢亦都可能用佢緊張就發揮得非常之好，所以佢就得到即係咁多嘅表演機會啦。So Mary Lou singing competition versus Miss Manila pageant. Well, actually quite similar because there is a section that you have to show your talent in the Miss pageant, right?
Not actually, no.
No?
I was kind of sad. Yeah, they made us dance. I'm like, that's not. I took ballet like when I was younger, but but until I was like 4, so I don't really remember anything. So I'm like, I'd rather sing.
Oh,
but it's okay.
Oh, okay. But that's why you joined the singing competition.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I don't remember. I think, yeah, the pageant was first.
Preparation-wise, singing competition, you will have to practice a lot, or it doesn't matter to you because you love singing so much. You basically practice at home every day. Like how's your take?
I would like to say that I practice every day, but like
you have to say that actually because it's on air, right?
I practice realistically, like I notice I can't. It's not like piano where like you sit down at the piano and then you like practice scales or stuff like that. Like you can, but like for me I can't just sit down and like listen to the song over and over and like expect it to memorize after the 100th time, right? So like I know that I've memorized it when I can just randomly sing it when I'm doing something else, right? So
so it's like line to line, that kind of practice.
Yeah.
So this line you have to reach this pitch. So it's basically the same line that you keep like going on.
Oh yeah, like if there's a run or a note that I can't really hit, then I'll I'll run an exercise to help me open up my vocal cords or something and like open up my range and then like work my way up.
That's
like,
yeah, that's a good one. The other thing that I want to ask about the preparation, it's besides practicing, like exercise, like or some kind of food. I don't know. Like as a professional, is there any food that you can't eat? Any food that you shouldn't even touch?
Well, like yeah, I've heard from different professors that like stay away from bread, stay away from milk.
Stay away from bread?
Yeah, because it's dry, so it dries out your throat. But like I don't know, like if you can eat a loaf of bread and still sing, like I don't see why you can't. but like for me, it's just like I kind of stay away. Like I can't sing on a full stomach anyway. So like if I sing at a fundraiser and there's food, which usually there is, they'd be like, "Oh, Mary Lou, come eat." Be like, "I'll sing first." Like I'll get my food and like I'll have a mountain of food and then, but I won't touch it until after I sing.
So you actually sing with an empty stomach?
Yeah, I think that's also like my motivation to like be good, sing well, and then you can eat.
That's actually a good one. That's a good motivation. 我問到Mary Lou 佢表演同埋呢個比賽，應該話比賽啦，佢當其時有冇啲乜嘢嘅準備啊？係咪真係成日要練習啊？練每一日都要練習啊？定係其實對佢嚟講冇分別？因為佢根本就每一日都中意唱歌嘅人就每一日都唱㗎啦咁。佢話即係講笑咁講下，梗係每日都唱啦，因為而家 on air 啊嘛，咁啊當然一定要話自己每日都唱，咁啊好可愛咯，都話佢。咁其實佢都話唱，當然嗰種練習係唔同嘅，可能每一句重複咁，你一定要 hit 到嗰個 note， 咁所以你可能每一句咦唱唔到，再嚟，即係呢一種嘅練習啦。咁反而另外一種嘅 preparation 就係咩呢？即係有咩準備就係其實做運動啦，其實好緊要噶嘛，即係練下氣啊。咁啊，我就話咦呢個係一個好好嘅 point 啊！咁其實除咗做運動啊，即係練習不斷咁練習，有冇話作為一個 professional 嘅歌手啦，會唔會有啲咩嘢佢係唔食得啊，唔飲得，或者有啲咩你更加應該食多啲啊咁嘅咧？咁我以為佢會同我講唔可以食辣嘢啦，因為我本人開咪即係之前咧，即係其實基本上我而家盡量都唔食辣嘢噶啦。不過尤其是開咪之前嗰日，我係唔會食辣嘢嘅。咁佢就話佢唔食包，即係啲 professor 同佢講嘅，即係佢啲老師同佢講嘅，唔好食包，同埋避開奶類喎。我又真係原來唔知道包係唔好嘅，原來佢話因為包好乾啊，咁就即係好容易失水準。咁佢對佢嚟講，佢就反而咧唱歌就盡量就唔食嘢嘅。唱歌嘅時候咧個肚係空嘅，佢就中意食完嘢唱完歌先食嘢。對佢嚟講係一種動力嚟嘅，因為佢可以同自己講唱好啲啦，唱好啲咧，佢就可以食到嘢噶啦。我話呢個動力非常之好啦。咁啊，我就問一問佢關於辣嘢先。And you know what? When I ask you about any food that you can't eat or cannot eat, like you should avoid, yeah. That I actually was expecting something like spicy food. Yeah,
well,
like spicy or like hot food.
Yeah, well, it depends because like we have a drink that it's called salabat, and what that is it's pretty much just boiled ginger and then you can add honey. So that's like. Because you know how ginger has like that kind of spicy taste, so I don't know if it's the same kind of spicy as like spicy food, but like it really helps soothe your throat. So like this is a good thing to have.
You know what? I should learn that because for myself I just try to avoid spicy food.
Oh, okay.
Especially the night before I have a recording or I have a show.
Yeah.
Usually I avoid spicy food, but basically gradually I just avoid spicy food in general. Yeah, I love spicy food. It's not it's just that it's good that I'm not a big fan of it, but then I love spicy food, but because of this job then I just try to avoid it at least like night before.
Yeah,
I always avoid it because actually it's kind of irritate my throat.
Oh, okay.
But I think I can try your drink, like the
salabat.
Yeah, the spoiled water with ginger.
Yeah.
And a little bit honey.
A little bit of honey.
Let me share with the audience. Mary Lou 咧，佢話咧，其實佢辣嘢嗰啲佢就反而冇乜點樣特別避，但係佢話原來佢有一種嘅飲品啊，佢就叫做 was it called celibate?
Celibate.
Yeah, celibate 呢隻飲料咧，佢係非常之幫助到佢舒緩佢喉嚨嘅。佢話係啲用滾水煲咗啲薑啊，然後加少少嘅蜜糖。咁我話可能我可以學下呢樣嘢啦，即係通常我冇諗到薑嘅，我自己可能就淨係諗緊，譬如飲啲蜜糖嘅水潤一潤咁樣，但係佢就話用薑同埋蜜糖咁啊可以舒緩到佢嘅喉嚨，咁啊有幫助到佢唱歌啦。That's good tips from a 24 years old. I learned a lot. But talking about food and drink, as a young Filipino, and you were born in here.
Yes.
Any food, like any Filipino food that you actually love the most, and or any food that you actually tried it in the Philippines. I know that you've gone back to the Philippines like a long time ago, but then still you have that memory. Any food in the Philippines that you think is the best or you miss the most?
Well, okay, because like the food that I eat, like that my mom cooks, is kind of the same dishes that we have in the Philippines, but it just tastes so much better because of like the organicness of the vegetables. Like who knows what we have in ours, but like it's just so organic. And like the stuff me and my family, we usually eat fish and vegetables, right? But back home in the Philippines, it's common for like rich people to eat pork and beef and chicken, like all this meat. And it's just too much for us. So like we go back home to the Philippines and they're like, oh, here's some longanisa. So that's like the sausages. Or like, here's like the lechon, lechon, like the roasted pig, right? And I'm like, no, it's okay, I'll have the fish. And like but it's like, that's what poor people eat. Like, why would you want that? Like, it's so good.
Oh yes, because they are fresh at the Philippines.
Yeah.
So seafood, it's what you miss the most.
Oh yeah, and like, I don't know, like we have it here, but it's so good.
Well, yeah, because it's not fresh. We don't have an ocean here. I mean,
yeah.
Which part of the Philippines are you from? Like your family?
My dad's from Manila, so Muntinlupa. There's a joke where it's like, if you say Muntinlupa on the inside, that means it's like the prison. So my dad's from the outside. And my mom is from San Fernando La Union, Pagudpud.
Okay.
Like, it's more of the province. My dad's more of in the city.
Okay, so your mom is like from, like, do you know which part? North part?
Luzon.
Oh, Luzon,
Yes.
okay.
So I'm like,
Yes, because I'm not from the Philippines, so I have to learn a lot about like the places in the province too.
Yeah, no worries.
我問到 Mary Lou 佢因為講開食嘢，講開飲嘢啊嘛，咁啊順帶一問啦，佢喺呢度出生嘅，但係佢都有翻過菲律賓嘅，好多年前佢翻過菲律賓，咁就想問一問佢對菲律賓有啲乜嘢嘢食佢係特別中意嘅咧？都不即係估到㗎啦，一定係講緊海鮮㗎啦。因為佢話其實就唔係淨係海鮮，只不過佢覺得佢喺呢一度食嘅嘢咧，佢媽咪煮嘅菲律賓嘅菜式咧，其實佢喺菲律賓都係食得多啲嘢。但係因為菲律賓嘅，譬如佢話蔬菜啊，唔知點解硬係覺得係新鮮啲、好食啲，同埋魚啊、海鮮啊，唔使諗啦，即係唔使即估都估到，因為佢係即係四面都係海。佢嘅海鮮梗係好新鮮嘅啦，咁所以佢就即係去到嗰度咧食嘢咧都係食翻嗰啲嘢，都係海鮮。咁但係佢就講咗一個笑話，就係原來喺菲律賓咧，佢哋當地嘅人咧就覺得有錢嘅人係要食肉嘅，豬啊、羊、牛啊咁所以佢就俾呢啲肉咁俾佢食啦。咁佢就同佢哋講唔係，我想食魚咁講。我點解啊？淨係窮人先食魚嘅喎嚇？但係我唔知，覺得好好味。咁其實就係因為喺加拿大因為冇海，所以啲海鮮咧冇佢哋咁新鮮，所以佢去到咧就好中意食佢哋窮人先食嘅嘢啦。佢就話咁樣嘅。咁佢呢一樣就係佢自己特別掛住嘅一樣嘅嘢食。其實佢掛住嘅都係嗰個新鮮嘅程度啊。So when you went back to the Philippines, did you also perform?
No. Yes, no.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
Because they have so many festivals and they
festivals?
Sing.
No, not really. Because when we went home to the Philippines, it was my mom's reunion again. So then she made me sing again.
It's always a reunion show for you. Yeah, my heart will go on again then.
No, it was Endless Love. I actually duetted with one of her classmates.
I see. And your family, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one who is good at singing. Like, basically, like I believe everyone is actually good at singing, and then they love singing too, so that you sing together when, like, at any kind of, like, gathering or party.
Yeah, well, my dad is the one that, like, is openly about his talent. Like, my mom didn't know that my dad could sing until it was their wedding night, and then he sang, like, he got in front of everyone and started
Wow,
singing.
that's a surprise then.
Yeah, exactly. But then my mom says that she can't sing, but, like, she sings to me, like, or, like, she sings when she's in the kitchen or something. I'm like, you sound fine. But, like, she got discouraged because her mom said that, like, she sounds like pots and pans that, like, fell.
And well, you know what? Let me translate before I ask the next question.
Okay.
我問到Mary Lou 佢去到呢一個菲律賓有都冇話表演啊咁嗰啲或者一齊唱歌啊？佢話因為當其時又係一個聚會家庭聚會咁，所以咧佢個媽咪咧又叫佢唱歌啦，又叫佢表演啦。咁佢 OK 嘅咁當然咁我話其實你哋菲律賓人應該好即係唔係淨係你中意唱歌同埋識唱歌，應該成個家族都好中意唱歌咁係咪一齊會聚唱歌？佢話其實佢爹哋咧係唱歌識唱歌嘅，有呢個天分嘅。咁佢講咗個好 sweet 嘅故事啦，就係話佢媽咪其實唔知佢爹哋係識唱歌 until 咧佢哋結婚嗰日，但係結婚嗰日咧佢爹哋突然間就喺度唱歌咁樣，直至到佢個才華出嚟啦。咁原來佢嘅天分佢嘅才華咧係師承自佢嘅爹哋嘅。What do you love about the Philippines? So you gone back when you were like about 14 years old?
Yeah. What really stood out to me was like their hospitality and like just like their simplicity and everything. Like I don't know, like they wouldn't have so much to give, but like when me and my parent, like when me and my mom or me and my dad arrived there, like it was always like a feast whenever we were there. Like they just managed to have like all this food, and like just like the simplicity of it all. Like they were happy with what they had. Like I don't know, like it's sad now, like we have kids that like they have their iPods and their iPads and whatever, and like and like I don't know, it's like they're not satisfied, but like the kids back home in the Philippines, they play, I don't know how it works, but like they play this game with like their slippers, and like it's kind of like marbles where like you have like a pile of slippers and then you have to like knock one of them out with like your own. So like they're playing with what they have, right? Because they can't afford stuff like that. But like they just how much fun that they're having with slippers. Like who would have thought, right? Yeah. And like it makes me feel so bad. Like we live in a place that like kind of takes advantage of what we have, and like I don't know, it makes life so much more real going home to a country, seeing a different. It really broadens your perspective in life, and like that's what I really took away from the vacation and stuff.
That's sweet 到。我問到佢最中意菲律賓嘅乜嘢啦？佢話佢好中意菲律賓人嘅熱情啦、好客啦，同埋佢哋好簡單嘅生活啦，同埋當然佢話嘢食啦，即係去到邊度都好似好多嘢食咁。佢話佢哋好中意佢哋簡單嘅生活，就係例如佢哋一班堂兄弟姊妹或者表兄弟姊妹一齊去玩遊戲咧，佢哋玩啲遊戲都簡單㗎。我哋呢度可能會有 iPad 啊，好多電子嘅遊戲啊。好貴嘅玩意，但係其實佢哋去到啲 game 係好簡單嘅。大家佢話一堆拖鞋咁擺喺度，然後一定個 game 嗰個目的就係要即係整冧邊一個人嘅拖鞋啊！即係呢啲好簡單，根本隨手黏來嘅一啲嘅東西都可以做個 game 嘅。呢個就係佢覺得佢有少少反思啦，即係佢覺得其實我哋呢度可能真係太幸福啦，好多嘢都可能係有少少奉旨嘅。其實好多嘢佢哋冇咁富有，但係其實佢哋都有好多，即係佢哋快樂嘅來源係可以好簡單，甚至可以好天然嘅。咁亦令到佢諗好多嘢啦，亦都令到佢諗到更加多嘢，同埋珍惜更加多現在佢擁有嘅嘢。一聽就知道係一位好成熟嘅女仔啦，即係能夠有呢一種嘅反思。Mary Lou, you know what, we are running out of time, but then I have to ask this question.
Okay.
Because you are a singer and you are at York.
Yes.
I'm from York too, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I just want to know that you are working so hard to pursue like music, singer. doing a lot of performance. What do you want to be? What's your goal? Or maybe what's your dream? That's probably one of the, like, put it in a better way. Like, what's your dream?
Oh man. I don't know. I don't know, just performing is like, I'm already good with that. Like, I don't know. But like, if I could, I'd want to like be one of the next Disney princesses. Cause like,
Which one?
I don't know. But like, I grew up with Disney, so like, it was like, it's kind of like what kind of, I guess like when you asked me in the first episode, like what was my inspiration, motivation kind of thing. Like, I've always loved Disney growing up, and like when I started my vocal lessons, and one of my teachers introduced me to Broadway, like I wanted to do this.
So you actually want to be a Broadway singer.
Yeah.
And then that Broadway, you would hope that is the princess. Did I put it in a correct way?
I guess so. Like, if that was my dream, just to like flat out and like, I want to be the next princess. Disney princess.
Nice. Well, which is still good. Which is still good.
Yeah.
I mean, Broadway and like which is singing related, and then Disney princess. Yeah, perfect. 我同大家分享一下啦，點解我哋笑得咁開心咧？因為我就問Mary Lou 佢作為一個歌手又咁中意表演啦，咁其實佢有啲乜嘢？即係佢個夢想係乜嘢咧？佢話其實就咁表演都好開心嘅，但係真係問到我個夢想，我好希望可以咧做一個 Broadway 嘅表演，可以唱歌，而個角色咧係一個迪士尼嘅公主。好有童真，亦都非常之可愛，但係亦都真係 relate 到佢唱歌嘅事業嘅。咁我希望咧，阿 Mary Lou 有一日佢可以夢想成真啦。今日非常之多謝咧，佢上到嚟同我哋傾偈，非常之好傾到真係唔想停啊！咁我希望佢夢想成真，同埋希望呢位年輕嘅女子將來嘅前途係非常之光明嘅。Mary Lou, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having
It's a really good session. I really don't want to stop, but we have to stop. We have to say goodbye. I wish your dream come true. Yeah, I hope that you have a great future.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening to my show. See you next week. 好啦，時間差唔多啦，係時候同大家講拜拜啦。下個禮拜同一時間再同大家傾偈啦。
Nung isilang ka sa mundong ito, laking tuwa ng magulang mo, at ang kamay nila ang iyong ilaw. At ang nanay at tatay mo'y di malaman ang gagawin, namasdan pati pagtulog mo. Sa gabi napupuyat ang iyong nanay sa pagtimpla ng gatas mo. At sa umaga na may kalong ka ng iyong amang tuwang-tuwa sa'yo. Ngayon nga ay malaki ka na, nais mo'y maging malaya, di man sila payag, walang magagawa. Ikaw nga ay biglang nagbago, naging matigas ang iyong ulo, at ang payo nila'y sinuway mo. Di mo man lang isip na ang kanilang ginagaway para sa'yo. Kat ang nais mo'y masunod ang layaw mo, di mo sila pinapansin. Nagdaan pa ang mga araw at ang landas mo'y naligaw, ikaw ay nalulong sa masamang bisyo. At ang una mong nilapitan ang iyong inang lumuluha. At ang tanong, anak, ba't ka nagkaganyan? At ang iyong mga matay biglang lumuha nang di mo napapansin. Magsisisiyag sa isip mo, nalaman mo ika'y nagkamali. Magsisisiyag sa isip mo, nalaman mo ika'y nagkamali. Magsisisiyag sa isip mo, nalaman mo ika'y nagkamali.